Hello, hello. My name's Coley Matthews. This is my company. This is my attempt to do something about what the world is facing today. I'm in an empty church putting together this video, no matter what. Mistakes don't matter. Judgment doesn't matter. What matters is opportunity, the window of opportunity. What matters is the time to do something about what the world is facing. What matters is the earth, of course, mankind, the representation of the most intelligent life form on the planet. I have the earth depicted very small here because it is. Very small world. You know, there's a whole bunch of factors that come into, components that come into accomplishing anything, even mowing your grass. Now, I'm accustomed to winning. I'm accustomed to adversity. And I plan to win. I think about winning. That's the number one thing. You know, life, earth is the number one thing. Winning at life is so important, and I understand about what they didn't teach us in school. But there are certain things that are paramount when it comes to existence. Let's start with the question of what is the most important component to life? Some would say oxygen. Certainly, got to have it. The problem with that being the right answer is that it's plentiful. I would argue that the right answer is probably water, because there's so little of it, and we need high quality water. There's one thing we cannot do, guys, is jack up the water system. And there may be only so much time we have to reverse this. The window of opportunity to reverse it may be limited. And it's a very important thing. I've read that 3% of water on earth is fresh water. I've read that only 1% of that 3% is drinkable. We can make water. We think we have a lot of it. It rains. There's, fresh creeks, and seems to be an abundance of it. And I think we'll do all right, but maybe not at the rate at which we destroy it. I've often thought that if you take a Olympic-sized swimming pool and you put a teaspoon of poison in it every Tuesday at 3 p.m., a teaspoon of poison, it's going to end in disaster. It doesn't matter how big the pool is. So I think I spoke about the most important thing in terms of being water. Let me ask you what you think is more real than anything. In my mind, it's math. In my mind, it's accumulation. There's nothing more real than accumulation. And that's what we're dealing with when it comes to plastic waste. That's what we're dealing with when it comes to our bad choices. We're dealing with the accumulative effect of ongoing, unchecked, unmeasured accumulation. Now, this deals with toxins, chemicals, the toxins and chemicals that we are manufacturing every day, that someone then has to contain in a drum, contain in a temperature-controlled environment, protected from the environment, from the ground. You know, everybody's familiar with the recycling of water through the ground and back into the stream and the oceans. Well, the chemicals are doing the same thing. And the chemicals and toxins, the heavy metals, they're ending up in our bones. Turns out that humans are extremely good filters, as well as the ground, for these man-made, manufactured, highly dangerous poisons and chemicals. All right, so this represents mankind. This represents a measurement between events, from what I've read. This represents our earth. This represents opportunity. We have a window of opportunity. You know, everybody wants to be successful in terms of monetary means, but really, you have to be resilient, resourceful, and energetic to ever put together any financial means, because it's a value, which a lot of young people are missing these days. Money comes from value. It's called currency for a reason, because it's tied into energy. The energy comes from you, and you have to get started. It doesn't matter that you trip and fall. I can make a mistake right now, and I may not like it, but I would probably just recover. Maybe not perfectly, but it's okay. I'm okay with failing. I'm okay with skinning up my knee. I'm okay with stumping my toe. It's not going to stop me. Value is tied in with energy, and monetary means is tied in with energy. You don't get something for nothing, despite what other people are trying to sell you. Now, most people don't see pictures like this. Most people don't know what's really going on in the world. I've dreamt about this day for a long time, being able to put pictures up, horrific pictures that I've chosen that display what's really going on. Now, this here is a problem because of how big the world is. The world is very small. The world is also very big. There is deep water. There is vast areas. Shallow areas. There are beaches. All of these places are accumulating toxins, poisons, plastic. There are rivers that are to capacity. They all flow into the ocean. And we, along with the ground, filter these chemicals. And at the same time, hope there's going to be enough fresh water. The Great Lakes are diminishing. Lake Chad in Africa is almost gone. Rain is unpredictable. You have billionaires all over the world that are buying up aquifers. You have stories out of Australia, $500,000 a year to tap into a freshwater river to facilitate their crops, which is a must-have. So water is definitely being monetized. Water is definitely important. It's vital. Some could say it's the most important. I think I spoke to that. Now, Plastic waste and the situation we find ourselves in today has happened through accumulation. It has happened over time. It has only been in existence roughly 70 years. Every piece is still here. It's literally solidified oil. Now, tons of companies just cringed for me to say that, but that's what it is. You want to call it plastic, that sounds real sexy. It's solidified oil, that's what it is. We took oil out of the ground, we solidified it, and we gave it a whole bunch of different uses, a whole bunch of different chemical makeups, and we can't make a brick out of it because a brick would be load bearing and there's so many chemical components to plastic, and that's part of the problem. I think another problem is that we're looking to get the money to fix the problem out of the topic. So how do you get the money out of garbage, out of plastic in order to fix the plastic problem? And I think that's the wrong way to go about it. We need a solution to the problem, a solution that a 6-year-old child could say, yes. Feasibly, yes. That should work. We need a solution that everybody can weigh in on. We need a solution that everyone will participate in. And we needed it 10 years ago. It pains me that I'm just now getting on stage, that I'm just now where I am with my company. Yes, better late than never. But we have a lot of catching up to do in terms of solving this problem. And there is no, let's clean up some plastic. There is no, let's switch to a fiber-based cup. No, the problem is enormous. The word enormous doesn't come anywhere close to how big the problem is. And there doesn't seem to be any end in sight. And I think the powers that be think that there are deep areas of the ocean that they plan on dumping this and no one's ever going to see it. And that's just not the case. The world's too small. It's going to end up on the beaches. It's going to end up in the mouths of the small fish and the medium fish and the big fish, and it's going to break down and all of that. So, I'm not going to go into my plans, but I have a plan. I have a home for plastic. Now, how dumb are we as a species on the most incredible planet that we know of? So we're the most incredible species on the most incredible planet that we know of. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how dumb are we that we take oil, which I won't get into, we take oil, we solidify it, we use it quickly by the trillions of particles or cups, whatever, however you want to say it. Throw it away within seconds, but we have no home for it. I even asked Siri. I Googled it. I did research as to whether we have a home for used plastic. It seems absolutely ridiculous to me that we don't. It seems responsible that we would have had before we started producing all of this. Are corporations so aggressively after profits that we don't foresee or care about the mess? You know, because third world people, yes, are sorting and sifting, trying to get value out of this garbage. But that was no answer. We're at capacity. Across the board, rivers, beaches, landfills, even the EPA, even companies that try to contain these chemicals that will always pose a threat to our water system, even they are at capacity as to the ability to contain safely these dangerous, poisonous, probably radiation-based materials. So, the Blue Affiliate is my company. This is an attempt to get you to support my company. This is an attempt to bring awareness to the problem, the number one problem facing planet Earth. Because, guys, this is a slow global extinction event. Okay? This is an extinction event happening out, playing out very slowly, but very surely. And that's where we're headed. And I don't hear any great ideas. I don't see it on the news. We have 2 gentlemen, 3 actually, that have 2 ocean conservation companies, 4Ocean and the Ocean Cleanup. I will aid them in their pursuit. I, of course, will do what I can for them, but their model is not the answer. Their model is not the solution. Their model does not hold water from a 6-year-old's viewpoint. Okay, we need a solution to the problem. We need to identify, admit we have a problem. I think everybody's to that point. Support and do what you can for the problem, because we're talking about your children. We're talking about your children's children. We're talking about mankind. We're talking about time. This cannot persist. This cannot go on. It should not have gone on this far. We're talking about Earth. I mean, the stakes couldn't get any higher. We're talking about marine life. We're talking about jellyfish. We're talking about menhaden. We're talking about whales washing up, okay? And we're talking about opportunity. Opportunity isn't always open. The window of opportunity is not always open. It just is not. We take America for granted. We take Earth for granted. We take fresh water for granted. We take the ability to buy and use plastic for granted. We did need it. The problem is that we support the single-use plastics. The problem is that we don't see anything wrong with plastic. The problem is that we don't have a solution that we can support that is going to create sustainability in the realm which we're discussing. We have to be smart with our dollars. That's the bottom line. When you buy a bottled water, you're supporting the company, you're supporting the vehicle, the vessel that you're getting the water in. Where we spend our money is a very, very big thing. If you want to support the Blue Affiliate, if anyone does, you're simply going to shop through the Blue Affiliate. We want your opinion. We want your input. We want your ideas. It's not glamorous. It's hard work. This is a work shirt. It's not glamorous. This is not about sales. This is not about vanity. This is not about anything superficial. This is about hard work. This is about getting started. This is about a real plan. This is about a real strategy, one that holds water that we're going to adjust, that we're going to fix, and that we're going to massage into the best strategy. Our best attempt. Do you know we're only attempting to be conscious? Do you know that we're only attempting to see this earth for what it is? We are visitors here. It's not ours. We can call it ours. I think it's incredible. I think words can't describe how incredible the universe is. You know, this is a fabulous day in the universe. As much as that word can describe it. The universe is doing great. It's doing great. Earth is doing what it should, rotating on its axis like it should. But we're paying attention to vanity, and we're paying attention to monetary goals. And to me, worse than all that is we're paying attention to the fluctuation of brain chemicals that bring us from sadness to happiness to excitement. And little do we understand that if we just eat right and we move right with energy, live our life right, that all those chemicals will regulate somewhere in the middle that results in happiness. Now, if you help me, help the planet, it's going to result in happiness, okay? I can boost your self-esteem. I can boost your self-image. I can give you a self-ideal to reach for. You can be a part of what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. In fact, you, John or Sally or whoever you are listening, you could be the most important person in the assistance of the growth of this attempt to fix a problem that probably never should have been. You know, ideally, our life is going to play out very well. Ideally, we should have had a home for plastic before we did what we did in the last 50 years. So, if you want to support the Blue Affiliate, you simply shop through the Blue Affiliate. If you go to Walmart, if you go to Amazon, if you go to Target, you go through the Blue Affiliate to get there. Commerce can pay for commerce sustainability if we can get the people behind it. If we can get the people to take responsibility for all the plastic they've used. Now, let me jump into real briefly, because I'm not going to tell you all the plans of the Blue Affiliate, but I have a home for plastic, a global home, a big home, a beneficial home, a real home that a 6-year-old girl can agree with. I have a way to get it there. I've thought about the logistics. I've been thinking about this for over 15 years. I think about it all the time. So we're taking used plastic. The process of breaking it down and getting it to where it's going is not bad for the environment. And yeah, I think that you can tune in and find out all my plans, but for right now, this video needs to wrap up. But I'm going to win. And mankind is going to win. Marine life is going to survive. Water is going to be pure. The opportunity to make these things happen may or may not stay open. But we do have some time. We do have some intelligence. We do see the importance. We do understand that we take things for granted. So I'd like to end by saying God bless the Blue Affiliate. God bless your children. God bless the wars that are going on. God bless the American spirit, democracy, and the fight that we're going to win for a clean, sustainable planet that we can all not take for granted. Thank you.